Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel. And today, welcome to my Game Week 5 Serie A predictions. I do, in advance, I do apologise if I do keep coughing quite a lot in this video. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I don't know how I've got it, but I just have. But yeah, make sure to smash the like, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay then, and the first game is Como taking on Cremonese. Now, I think this should be a decent game in fairness. You've got Como, who are doing well at the moment, and you've got Cremonese, who are doing very well. I mean, they're definitely overachieving at the moment. But I think they have drawn their last two games to, I think it's Parma and I can't remember who they played last week, but I think they drew to Parma quite recently, so they are dropping points in a sense, considering where they are in the league and where I think it was Parma they drew to, I'm not sure. But I mean, like I said, Cremonese have had a good season so far. A lot of people weren't expecting them to be where they are at the minute, so fair play to them, obviously. For being where they are. But I mean, if you look at the fixtures as well, that Cremonese have had, they are probably winnable games, to be honest with you, and I think this game is probably the first big test for Cremonese, considering how well Como have started this season. So, I think it's going to be a first defeat of the season for Cremonese. So my score prediction is Como 2, Cremonese 0. And the next game, it is Juventus versus Atalanta in Turin. Of course, Juventus doing very well at the moment, currently second in the league. I think currently unbeaten as well. When you got Atalanta, who won last week 4-1, or was it the week before against Lecce? I can't really remember, to be honest. But I think on paper, I think Juve will be favourites coming into this game. When you look at the way they've been going at the moment as well, I think Yildiz is just continuing to shine. And I think you look at Juve's attack against the Atalanta defence, I think it's going to be very difficult, really, in my opinion, for the Atalanta defence to deal with, the likes of Yildiz, etc. So my score prediction, I think it's going to be a win for Juventus. So my prediction is Juventus 3, Atalanta 0. And the next game is Cagliari taking on Inter. Now, Inter winning 2-1 last time out against Sassuolo. I mean, I did have it in the background of when I was streaming the Barcelona game. I mean, from what I saw looking at that game, Inter actually looked decent, to be fair to them. I mean, I think that they went 2-0 up, I think it was. Sassuolo scored a late goal to get back into the game, and they could have potentially had a penalty, Sassuolo, towards the end of the game, but it didn't get given. So, and yeah, I mean, it was quite a questionable decision, to be honest with you. But Cagliari away, Inter on paper should be winning it, but Cagliari, you never know, they could cause a shock, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go with a 3-1 away win for Inter. And next game, it is Sassuolo taking on Udinese. Now, Udinese, I think, suffered their first defeat of the season last week, losing 3-0 at home to AC Milan. Sassuolo, like I just said, losing 2-1 against Inter. I mean, they had some decent chances in that game, Sassuolo, towards the end of the game, but just couldn't really get a winner, or get an equaliser, I should say, to get a brilliant point. But, I think with Sassuolo at home, they'll take that into account with it being at home. They'll try to get the fans going. They'll try and make the fans be the 12th man. Udinese will obviously be looking for a response after the defeat last week. On paper, Udinese probably should win, considering where Sassuolo are. But I think Sassuolo, the last home game, they did beat Lazio. So, I think it'll be a tight game, though. So I'm going to go with a score prediction of 1-1. And next up, we have got Pisa taking on Fiorentina. Now, again, Fiorentina, they have actually been struggling at the minute. I don't think they've won any of their last 3 games. 3 games, Fiorentina, so I don't really know what's going on there. At the moment, Pisa are actually still yet to win a game. I think they lost in the Coppa Italia the other day to, I think it was another Serie A side, I can't remember who it was. But, for Fiorentina, it's a winnable game against a Pisa side who obviously are yet to win. So I think Fiorentina will win this game and go into their next game after this, which is their first Conference League game, with a bit of a boost. So my prediction is 2-0 to Fiorentina. And the next game, we have got Como against Hellas Verona. I think it says Como. Oh no, it's Roma, sorry. Is it Como or Roma? I've already said Como. It is Roma. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. It's Roma against Hellas Verona. Again, should be a winnable game for Roma, in my opinion. Roma, they actually won, I think, last night in the Europa League against Nice. Good win for Roma, that. Verona, I think they drew last week. Guys, I do apologise. But my memory, again, my memory isn't the best, so I do apologise. Who did they play last week? I can't even... Yeah, my memory's just all over the shop at the moment, I'm just all over the shop at the moment, I've got a sore throat. I feel like I've got COVID, I don't really know, but anyway, let's come back to this game. Like I said, I think it should be a win for Roma, in my opinion. You look at Verona, obviously they conceded a lot of goals last season. Don't think they've conceded as many this season so far anyway, which is good, but Roma are looking decent at the moment, so I'm going to back them to win 2-0. And the next game is Lecce versus Bologna. Now, I actually did watch Bologna last night against Aston Villa. Of course, Aston Villa winning 1-0. But Bologna, I think, could have maybe got something out of that game. Villa weren't great, but I feel like Bologna did struggle to create chances. I think Santiago Castro hit the bar at one stage, which was a brilliant opportunity for Bologna to get a goal and maybe get a point out of it. But I thought they played okay last night, to be fair. And to be honest, Lecce away, I think it's a winnable game. Lecce might have a chance considering Bologna obviously did play last night. So, but for me, I think Bologna will win this game. So I'm going to go 3-0 to Bologna. And next game, probably the game of the week, it is AC Milan versus Napoli at the San Siro. Should be a very good game, this one. Napoli just about getting the win on Monday night, 3-2 against Pisa. Of course, AC Milan won 3-0 against Udinese in their last game. But overall, should be a good game this. It'll be a big test for Allegri and for Milan. They're taking on the current champions. They're taking on a very strong, resilient Napoli side. Pisa managed to give Napoli a close game. Napoli just about won. So maybe Milan could make it tight. I think Napoli might be missing a few players as well. I think Bongiorno might be injured. So that could be a big blow for them at the back. But overall, they've still got that quality, Napoli. And I just think you look at Milan defensively, they can be really shaky at times. I know we definitely saw that on the first game against Cremonense. So so that's why I've gone. That's why I've gone with a 3-0 away win for Napoli. And the penultimate game is Parma versus Torino. Parma, I think, drew last week. Torino drew as well, I think. Can't really remember. I think Torino did. It was Torino against Pisa, I think it was, in the Coppa Italia, and Torino won 1-0, I think. Something like that. But overall, Parma, they're a very defensive team, and they can be quite difficult to break down at times. But Torino do like a narrow win, to be honest with you, from what I've seen of them so far this season. So I think it's going to be another narrow win for Torino. It'll be a tight game. Parma will probably sit back. Torino will probably have a lot of the ball. So I'm going to go 1-0 Torino. Excuse me. And the final game is Genoa versus Lazio. Again, I think this could be quite a good game, potentially. Lazio won, I think, last week. Genoa, I think, I can't remember, to be honest with you. But like I said last week about Genoa, they can be one of those sides that can be quite predictable. Genoa can be one of those teams that can be hard to predict. And I think Lazio are missing quite a lot of key players coming into this game. So I do feel like that might give Genoa a chance. And I think Lazio are going to drop some more points here. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. Smash the like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.